Be me. Be 14. Recently started high school. Make enemies as easily as I make friends. Some midget child takes a particular disliking to me. Turns out he's a Jew. My dramatic heritage. Anyways.txt. Never owned an umbrella before. Have always used fathers or brothers. Rains torrentially after school, drenching me. Take personal offense to this and proceed to find the cheapest umbrella out there. Still own the umbrella to this day. $50 and it isn't too shabby. Has some fake wood handle, which looks very nice despite its fakeness, and very compact. One of those really flimsy retractable ones. It deploys by a powerful internal spring operation. Sidetracked again. Autism. Buy it. Turn up to school the next day. Short Juden is acting like he owns the place. I happen to be within range. Pulls out his slingshot, and by chance hits me in the head with a small steel BB. He is amused. Be not amused. Later that day, in gym class, or whatever you want to call it, sitting on the sideline of a football match, waiting to play when a ball flies through the air at Mach 0.86 and is going to hit some anon in the face. The power of the umbrella enhances my reflexes, and I catch the ball on the collapsed canopy of the retract umbrella, de-accelerating it to a stop and balancing it on the side like a ball on a bat. Silence as people try to figure out what just happened. What the fuck, that umbrella? Anon and I just became friends. He is half Japanese. Go to the changing room, and the Juden is noisily shit-talking. Other dude tells him to shut the fuck up. Juden dismisses it and decides to start mocking these new friends' eyes. Axis powers intensifies. Jump up to one of the benches with an umbrella in hand, challenging Juden to a duel. I have the high ground, fag. Makes the mistake of saying I lost the war. Deutschland über alles. Point umbrella at his face and press the release button. The umbrella impacts the center of his melon and he is stunned, stumbling backward into the concrete wall. The umbrella is now infamous. No further confrontation with Juden for a long time. Fat English friend of mine sits on the umbrella inadvertently. It is destroyed. There is widespread disappointment at news of its demise. Return home. Assess the damage, and considering how much I enjoy fixing things, I attempt the challenge. Rule 1. Can only use parts which come off the umbrella to repair it, and one type of glue. Rule 2. No special tools. A hammer and pliers only. Rule 3. Must be repaired if damaged by the following day it was occurred. Tricky fix, and some features were sacrificed, but I arrive at the school the next day triumphantly. Next day. Umbrella meme intensifies. Umbrella is found by many students to be amusing. Umbrella is snatched from my grasp to use to beat someone over the head. Umbrella is destroyed in the process. News of its second demise circulates. Kid who got hit complains to the powers that be. Foreshadowtron fires up in the background. School assembly the next day. Umbrellas now require a permit to say they are safety designed and cannot be used as a weapon or it will be confiscated. George Orwell coughs loudly in the back row. I obtain my umbrella permit as it is registered in the school's health and safety database. Fast forward 4 days. An unsolicited game of Capture the Umbrella breaks out and the handle comes off among other things. Obviously has been trotted on. Quickly gather the pieces to conceal the damage as I risk my umbrella permit voided. Perform crude surgery on the umbrella for which I am starting to become a bit sentimental. Turn up the next day with umbrella. No longer extends properly and a locking pin is needed to secure it in the deployed position, but it still works. Umbrella has become legendary and students ask if they can hold it. Almost all of the teachers have no idea what is going on, and those who do are believers in the umbrella's power. Fast forward 2 days. Umbrella is the victim of a hit and run attack. 4 seniors ambush me and take the umbrella. News gets out, and an all-out banzai charge takes place, with half the junior school hunting down the 4 seniors that took it. The operation was a failure. 1 week later, the umbrella is found in a roadside drain. Next day, a non-student kneels before me and returns the umbrella ceremoniously. He is rewarded for his diligence and an honesty in slushy format. Umbrella is critically damaged, and the fabric canopy has almost completely come off, but I managed to repair it. Umbrella is now barely functional. but it still continues to prove undefeatable, and my umbrella permit is still valid. 2 minor inversions due to the wind take place over the next week, and then the approaching summer no longer necessitates the presence of the umbrella. Decide to leave it at home for the duration of the summer, for the sake of the preservation, despite many disciples of the umbrella trying to convince me otherwise. Fast forward 4 months. A freak rainstorm sparks fake news of the umbrella's second coming. The hype dies down after another 2 months of a buzz, but a buzz slowly builds as the dry season draws to a close. Winter is coming, thought Cringe. Prophecy of the return of the umbrella after my school holidays. Cult grows over the next 2-week break. Copycat umbrellas appear, with others attempting to capture the same umbrella's followers, but my umbrella proves to be truly unique, as they only uphold the ways of the one and only true umbrella. Thou shalt have no other umbrellas before me. 1 week into the semester, my nemesis tries messing with me again, as he has grown resentful. Tries to get the school's history club, which is basically the Soviet Union club, to beat the shit out of me. They impolitely decline. Tries to get his older brother to beat the shit out of me on a football pitch during a lunchtime in broad view of several teachers. He impolitely accepts. People notice the scenario and begin watching. He is the least coordinated person I've ever seen. Swings wildly at me and I don't even need to duck. Everyone is now watching intently. 2 female teachers are frantically trying to arrive at the epicenter to break up the fight. One of them almost passing out from the exertion of a light jog. One male teacher is seen laughing his ass off as soon as the lunatic swings. Soft strike to the side of the head with the umbrella, to which had to slowly become lighter and more agile. He slips in the mud, surprised at the spread of the umbrella. Laugh track.wav. About to be suspended for using a weapon despite in self-defense. Have idea. Pull out tattered umbrella permit and to verify that it was deemed safe for the school and did not count as a weapon. Charges were dropped, and parents were told about the incident, but no punishment was issued. Jude and brother claimed he was playing around and that it was a misunderstanding, thus avoiding his own punishment. Umbrella is now a mainstream meme in school and is almost confiscated on numerous occasions. Teachers are beginning to realize the power of the umbrella, and many seek to harness it. Half-Japanese friend now uses the umbrella for shading himself from the sun when I need to take someone else to carry it. Teachers do nothing to take it from him, as it's used for his health and safety. Fast forward 4 weeks. Waiting for the bus. A challenger arrives! Jude and Child defiantly relieves me of the umbrella. Audible Titanic theme. A bus is pulling away from the stop. Suddenly students see the traumatic event unfolding while the crowd at the stop looks on in shock. Jude and Child thrust the umbrella beneath the rear tires of the bus, and there is a sickening crunch. He obviously gets into his getaway vehicle before chaos ensues, obviously having thoroughly planned out the operation beforehand. There was a great sorrow and mourners at the gathering of the carcass, like respectful vultures. Jude and Child has triumphed. Feels bad, man. Crowd parts to allow clear access. The damage is catastrophic. It has become 2-dimensional. Metal struts all squashed, and shards of the fake wood handle everywhere. Gather as much of its remains as possible. Umbrella permit has definitely expired now. Get home. 1986 MacGyver theme plays at full volume in my head for 7 hours straight. Next day. Enter school gates and solemn. Umbrella is not seen on me, and word quickly spreads, confirming the worst. In school assembly. Umbrellas are now banned due to health and safety incident, and a strict raincoat only policy is enforced within 1 day grace period to buy a raincoat. George Orwell blasts an air horn from the back now, screeching in newspeak. Must choose the perfect time. Students leave their assembly hall in a miserable state, with me leading the parade. Quickly whip out the umbrella, for which I have been concealing inside my jacket for the past 4 hours. Raise it above my head for all to see. There is a collective scream from several hundred teenagers. Many are in disbelief. It was missing around half of its parts, with around a third of its supporting beams, and could no longer extend forwards at all. But it could open, close, and keep me somewhat dry, as it was good enough for the masses. There was still hope. Fearing confiscation, the umbrella is not seen again for some time. Parent of a really obese kid writes to the school complaining that there were no raincoats large enough for the child. Said child could no longer wear a tarpaulin in the event of the rain, as it was too embarrassing. Get contacted by the school dean to dispose of the umbrella under their supervision to get a new one. Agree. Umbrellas are unbanned, and George Orwell chills out for a second, wiping the froth from his mouth. Decide to form a secret society to inform them on the matter of the extreme secrecy. Despite this, the KGB somehow finds out the details. Of course, .pdf. Dispose of the umbrella under the supervision of the dean after school. Heavy-handedly place it into the dumpster, and the dean closes it, imagining this is the end of an ordeal. Some legend wearing a ski mask is sitting in the dumpster, waiting for it, and after around half a minute, some rummaging is heard inside. That feel when they have placed an operative in every single dumpster to ensure the capture of the umbrella. Lid flings open with a tremendous crash, and the dean whirls around to see a kid in a mask clutching the umbrella, running away and screaming, "For the motherland!" trailing the flag of the USSR. Dean becomes a human manifestation of anger. Error 404. Culprit not found. Peace treaty is signed with the commies, and the umbrella is gifted to the newly formed secret umbrella society, but its location is only ever known by 2 people at any given time. The KGB proves it is good at making sure nobody knows where it is, as soon as I only see it for routine maintenance. It occasionally makes an appearance during lunchtime, which always causes a commotion. Fast forward 1 year. KGB has devised special procedures to ensure the protection of the umbrella. Umbrella must be exchanged for a special 50-cent coin every time it changes hand as a gesture of purchase for its original price. The 50-cent coin is marked and then circulated to the next operative that is chosen to keep the umbrella. Umbrella is black. Umbrella is codenamed 50 Cent. The teachers are kept highly confused due to the underground networks of fake news sources which make identifying any suspect a nightmare. Questioned repeatedly on its location, but I give them nothing, saying I don't know where it is and that I haven't seen it since it was stolen. Questioned on the secret umbrella society, implying that the notion of an underground network of students trying to conceal the location of a mangled umbrella because of its meme and borderline cult is ridiculous, while appreciating the irony. Fast forward a couple of weeks. Umbrella is returned to me for maintenance by one of my assigned KGB contacts. Umbrella is seen in my possession by some CIA pig working for the teachers. Umbrella is confiscated from me after the dean shows up and gives me a lecture on discipline and honesty. There is a purge in the secret society after 2 double agents are exposed. KGB makes life difficult for them. Some assignments are misplaced and they lose friends. They move schools. Lone Wolf gets in trouble and reports to the KGB that the umbrella has been broken into, and then it is in the dean's office in the bin. KGB Anonchik is on the office notice run on duty. KGB Anonchik waits for planned diversion. Dean is outside of their office, attending to a scuffle between the KGB operatives. Umbrella is recovered just before the janitor empties the bin. KGB Anons commended for their impeccable and professional planning. Small offcuts of the fabric canopy were removed during maintenance and awarded to them as patches. Umbrella is returned to me to be repaired. Fast forward 2 days. News of the umbrella's confiscation and demise is confirmed smugly by the dean in the school assembly. Umbrella reappears in the school cafeteria during lunch break. His face went, "What? Last week's winter and weather seems to be almost clear. Umbrella's been broken many more times in transit between operatives, but I have fixed it each time. It is in my possession on the 11th of August. It would be the darkest day in history of school. 8:11. Light drizzle begins on the bus home from school. Think nothing of it. Get off bus. Hail begins. Little marbles hitting my head, so I pull out the umbrella. This is the first known time that has been used to shield someone from the weather in months. Still works. Feels good, man. Tragedy strikes. Marbles begin to increase size. Hailstone the size of a tennis ball impacts the top of the metal shaft, and the ball of ice shatters along with the entire umbrella. Wrists hurt like fuck. Some of the ice has gone down the back of my jacket. Feels disgruntled, man. Then it hits me like a hailstone should have. The moment when you realize that sacrificing itself, the umbrella saved your life. Damage is so severe that the umbrella is now unrecognizable as having been an umbrella, when the only thing that could have possibly killed the umbrella after surviving the years of abuse is the very thing it's designed to be able to handle. The weather. Irony. What the fuck. Reports of the final demise of the umbrella are slow to filter into the student consciousness. confirm that the umbrella has been destroyed and saving me from almost certain death. Teacher's all smug. Dean is smug. The society is in ruins. Someone tries to make a new umbrella by breaking one. Someone tries to make a new umbrella by breaking one slightly and doing a real shit job of fixing it. It's not the same, and nobody follows. School morale is at an all-time low. Wailing and gnashing of the teeth. Eventually, school life begins to move on, but there is still a void, and which could only have been filled by the umbrella. Former society members and KGB threaten to leak each other's identities, as the treaty collapses into a wall of mutually assured detentions. Fast forward to a lot of my last couple of weeks of high school. Find the mangled remains of what used to be my umbrella down the side of my bed. Get chills. Maniacal grin.kek. Fast forward 1 week. Last week of high school. The secret umbrella society is brought back together and a peace treaty with all the commies is reinstated. Worked harder on rebuilding the umbrella than I did on any of my subjects that year. Last day. Worth it. Walk into the final assembly, very late, through double doors at the back hall, with the umbrella open in my hand. It's stitched together, compromised with 30% of materials it was made from, with only semi-waterproof. But it still works. And it was back. Ladley hums some rap music from early 2000. Everyone hears and turns around. Look of disbelief. All of my what, Delamere? The look on Jude Manlet's face. The look on the Dean's face. The look on my face. The final triumph. The umbrella is given a name on that last day. It is the genuine umbrella. It is an anorexic umbrella. It is almost a sun umbrella. It is the real Slim Shady. Guess who's back? Back again. Shady's back. Tell a friend.